Last class we have discussed about dot product of two vectors or scalar product of two vectors. Today we will discuss about another product that is called vector product or cross product of two vectors. So let us now see what is cross product or we can say that vector product. Cross product or vector product. So let us take two vectors. Suppose this is A vector, this is B vector. Now what is A cross B? A vector cross B vector. In dot product we know the value of A vector dot B vector is how much? Magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into cos theta. Here A cross B vector equals to magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into sin theta into n cap. In case of dot product, the angle is cos theta. But in case of cross product, we are taking it sin theta, along which we are taking another unit vector n cap. So now we have to know what is n cap. So here n cap is the unit vector normal or perpendicular. Normal or perpendicular to A vector and B vector. So what is n cap? N cap is the unit vector perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. That means suppose this is n cap. This vector is perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. So what is magnitude of n cap? Since n cap is a unit vector, so magnitude of n cap becomes 1. Okay. Now this is the angle theta between A vector and B vector. So this is the general formula of cross product. A vector plus B vector equals to magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector into sin theta into n cap, where n cap is the unit vector perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. Okay. Then now we have to see the various derived results of A vector cross B vector. So what are the derived results? First of all, in case of dot product, we know the dot product of two vector is a scalar product or scalar quantity, where we get a scalar value. But in case of cross product, A vector cross B vector is a vector product or vector quantity. A cross B is a vector product. That means the value becomes in the form of vector. Again, in dot product, we have taken three cases: theta equals to 0 degree, theta equals to 90 degree, theta equals to 180 degree. In this case, if we take theta equals to 0 degree, theta equals to 0 degree, then the value of sin theta becomes how much? Sin 0 value is 0. So that implies A vector plus B vector equals to 0. If theta equals to 90 degree, 0 or n pi value jalpaka. If theta equals to 90 degree, then the value of A plus B becomes theta equals to 90 degree, sin 90, the value of sin 90 is 1. Then A cross B, magnitude of A into magnitude of B into n cap. If we take the magnitude on both sides, of magnitude, then which is equals to magnitude of A into magnitude of B into n cap magnitude, where the magnitude value of n cap becomes 1. Okay. Now come to another case. In dot product, we have taken 3 cases of A dot B equals to 0. Similarly, here we also take 3 cases of cross product. A cross B equals to 0. When it will become 0? If magnitude of A equals to 0 or magnitude of B equals to 0 or sin theta equals to 0. These are the 3 conditions. A cross B equals to 0 if we know the formula magnitude of A into magnitude of B into sin theta into n cap. If magnitude of A equals to 0, then the value of A cross B becomes 0. If magnitude of B equals to 0, then the value of A cross B must be equals to 0. If sin theta equals to 0, then also the value of A cross B equals to 0. So here the 2 cases may be given or not, but the main case is third case, sin theta equals to 0. In which case or in what value of theta the value of A cross B becomes 0. Sin theta equals to 0 means that implies theta equals to n pi. That means where for n equals to 0, 1, 2, if n equals to 0, then the value of theta becomes 0 to pi 0. So if you put the value of theta here 0, sin 0 0, so A cross B becomes 0. If you put the value of n equals to 1, then the value of theta equals to how much? Pi. The value of sin pi is also 0. So A cross B is also equals to 0. So the general formula is theta equals to n pi. Okay. Pause and note it down. Now from this formula we have to derive another formula, unit vector, value of n cap, unit vector, or give a heading unit vector perpendicular to A vector and B vector. Let this become the heading. Unit vector perpendicular to A vector and B vector. Here in the formula we have already seen that n cap is the unit vector perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. So what is the value of n cap? So n cap is equals to A cross B, A vector plus B vector divided by magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector. So if we are asked to find out the vector which is perpendicular to given to any 2 vectors, then this is the formula. Take the cross product of 2 vectors, then divide it by the magnitude of the 2 vectors. Okay. Then come to how to find out angle between 2 vectors. Angle. Here in this case A cross B equals to this. Then what is A cross B the magnitude? A cross B magnitude becomes A the magnitude, B the magnitude, sin theta into n cap the magnitude. That implies A cross B magnitude is equals to magnitude of A, magnitude of B, sin theta. Since magnitude of n cap is equals to 1, because n cap is a unit vector whose magnitude is equals to 1. So A cross B the magnitude, here we get equals to how much? A magnitude of A into magnitude of B into sin theta. So now sin theta becomes sin theta equals to A cross B magnitude divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. This is called sine of the angle. If you are asked in the question to find sine of the angle, sine of the angle, sine of the angle means find the sine theta of the given two vectors. So the formula becomes sine theta equals to A cross B the magnitude divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. So pause and note it down. Then note another case. In case of dot product, we know if the dot product of two vectors becomes 0, then the two vectors become perpendicular to each other. That means if A dot B equals to 0, we get A vector is perpendicular to B vector. In case of cross product, note, in case of cross product, if A cross B equals to 0, that implies 0 vector, that implies A vector is parallel to B vector. Note this case. If A cross B equals to 0, then A vector is parallel to B vector. That means in dot product, if the dot product is 0, then the two vectors are perpendicular. But in case of cross product, if cross product equals to 0, then the two vectors are parallel to each other. Okay. Now, in dot product, we have taken three coordinate axes, x axis, y axis and z axis, and also we have taken the unit vectors along x axis is I cap, unit vector along y axis is j cap, and unit vector along z axis is k cap. So in dot product of same unit vector, that means I dot I, j dot j, k dot k, the value becomes 1. If you take the dot product of two opposite vectors of two different axes, that means I dot j, j dot k or k dot I, the value becomes 0. But in case of cross product, we have to take it in a cyclic manner, anti-clockwise. That means I cross j, I cross j, call again in anti-clockwise. Okay, in this way, I cross j, the value becomes k. J cross k, j cross k, the value becomes I. K cross I, the value becomes j. So if you take also in this manner, suppose this is I cap, j cap, k cap, I cross j equals to k, j cross k equals to I, k cross I equals to j. So we are going in anti-clockwise direction. If we change the direction of the vector, if you take j cross I, then the value of k becomes, see here, if you take j cross I, that means in this direction, then the direction of the vector change. If the direction changes, then a negative sign also occurs. So j cross I equals to how much? Minus k cap. Similarly, if you take k cross j, the value becomes minus I cap. If you take I cross k, the value becomes minus j cap. So now you are clear about what is I cross j cross k cross I. In dot product, the dot product of two same unit vector becomes 1. I dot I equals to 1, j dot j 1, k dot k 1. But in cross product, if you take same unit vector I cross I, the value becomes 0, because in I cross I we know the formula A cross B equals to magnitude of A, magnitude of B, sin theta n cap. If I cross I, angle between them is 0 degree, I cross I. So if sin theta equals to 0, then the whole vacuum value becomes how much? 0. So the value of I cross I equals to 0. Similarly, the value of J cross J equals to 0. The value of K cross K equals to 0. So in cross product, the cross product of two same unit vectors becomes 0. Or otherwise you can say that A vector cross A vector equals to 0. B vector cross B vector equals to 0. Or C vector cross C vector equals to 0. That means cross product of two same vectors is becomes 0. Okay. Now we have to find out how we can find out the value of A cross B. That means cross product or vector product of two vectors. All and note it down. So let us take two vectors. A vector equals to I plus j minus 2k. B vector equals to 3i cap plus j cap minus k cap. So now we have to find out A vector cross B vector. That means I plus j minus 2k cross 3i plus j minus k. The value of I cap plus j cap minus 2k cap cross 3i cap plus j cap minus k cap. So now take cross product I cross 3i, I cross 3i, I cross I is 0. I cross j becomes k cap minus I cross k. We know k cross I is j, but I cross k is minus j. So this is minus j. Then come to this j cross I cross j is k, but j cross I is minus k. So the value becomes minus 3 k cap. J cross j 0, j cross k is I minus I. Then come to this k cap. K cross I becomes j cap. So minus 3 into 2, 6 j cap. K cross j, j cross k is I, k cross j is minus I. So the value becomes minus 2 into minus I cap. K cross k becomes 0. Now solve it. K cap plus j cap minus 3k cap minus I cap minus 6j cap plus 2i caps, or 2i cap minus I cap. I cap j cap minus 6j cap minus 5j cap, k cap minus 3k cap minus 2k. So this is the value of A vector cross B vector. Another way of finding A vector cross B vector is determinant method, which is very easy to find out the value of cross product of two vectors. Now this is the formula in determinant method. Determinant method. So what is the formula of determinant method? If A vector equals to x1 I cap, x2 j cap, x3 k cap, B vector equals to, let it x1 y1 z1, this is x2 I cap, y2 j cap and z2 k cap, then A vector plus B vector becomes, first write down in the top of the first row I cap, j cap, k cap. Row 1 of determinant I cap, j cap, k cap. Then in row 2 the value of a vector means the coefficient of I, j, k in a vector, that is x1, y1, z1. A vector coefficient x1, y1, z1. Then second vector b vector x2, y2, z2. Put the value x2, y2, z2. This is very easy to find out the two vector cross product of two vectors. You just write a cross b in the first row, I, j, k. In the second row, the value of a vector. In the third row, the value of b vector. That means the coefficient of I, j, k. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, so now we have to just check whether this formula is working or not. Now put this value of a vector and b vector here and test whether this is correct or not. Take a vector cross b vector equals to, the value is, formula is I, j, k. A vector coefficient of I, j, k are 1, 1 and -2. The value of b vector 3, 1, -1. Okay, so this is in determinant form. Now we have to find the value. I cap whole into the value becomes 1 -2, 1 -1 minus j cap into 1 -2, 3 -1 plus k cap into 1 1 3 1. So which is equals to I cap whole into -1 plus 2 minus j cap whole into -1 plus 6 plus k cap whole into 1 minus 3, which is equals to 6. 2 minus 1 is 1, so this becomes I cap 6 minus 1 is 5. Here sign is minus, so minus 5 j cap 1 minus 3 is -2, which is equal to -2 k cap. See, the value of a cross b in determinant form I cap minus 5j cap minus 2k cap. Here the value of a cross b is also how much? I cap minus 5j cap minus 2k cap. See, these two values or these two answers are same. So this is the easiest way to find out the cross product of two vectors. So just remember this formula, which is very important. To find out the cross product or vector product of two vectors. Just take I, j, k, then the first vector, then the value of second vector, then find the determinant of the two vectors. Okay, now easily we get the value of a cross b, which is a vector quantity, vector product. So see here, this is I, j, k form, so this is a vector form. Okay, then come to the sign of the vectors. That means we know a vector plus b vector equals to magnitude of a vector, magnitude of b vector, sin theta n cap. Okay, if you take b cross a, that means see, a vector, b vector, this is n cap, this is always in the direction of this. If you take a cross b, then the value becomes magnitude of a, magnitude of b into sin theta n cap. If you take b cross a, then the unit vector becomes towards, that means minus n cap. The direction of unit vector changes. So b cross a means magnitude of b, magnitude of a, sin theta minus of n cap. Okay, now rewrite this in the form minus, we can write magnitude of a, magnitude of b, sin theta n cap, which is equal to minus of a vector plus B vector. Okay, so here we get B cross A is equals to minus A cross B, because in cross product if we change the value, suppose A cross B becomes minus of B cross A. So in this formula or in this derivation we came to know that cross product is not commutative, whereas in case of dot product which is commutative, A dot B equals to B dot A, but in case of cross product A vector plus B vector is not equals to B cross A, it becomes minus B vector cross A vector. So here we get the result that A cross B is not commutative, but A cross B is associative with a proper scalar, and A cross B is also distributive. Now let us see the properties. Properties of cross product. So what are the properties? First property, cross product is not commutative. Cross product is not commutative. Not commutative means A cross B is not equals to B cross A. This is not commutative. Second case, it is associative with certain scalar. Okay, at K equals to A vector plus B vector, then K vector plus B vector, or A vector cross K B vector. Okay, associative. Also, the cross product is distributive. That means A cross B plus C is equals to A cross B plus A cross C. A cross B plus C is equals to A cross B plus A cross C. That means cross product is distributive. So these are the general properties of the cross product. Okay. Now come to the how we derive or how we do the problems related area related problems. Okay. Now first come to how to find out area of a triangle. Okay, suppose this is a triangle A, B, C. The position vector of A, B, C are given to you. Okay, you have to find out the area of the triangle ABC. Then the formula to find out the area becomes half of AB vector cross AC vector magnitude. AB vector, AC vector, that means position vector of AB cross position vector of AC. You know how to find out AB vector? B vector minus A vector, AC vector, OC minus OA vector. Again, the cross product of AB cross AC, here is the formula. When you get AB vector and AC vector, put the value of AB cross AC in this formula. You will get the value of the AB cross AC, then find the magnitude of the two vectors, then put their value in this question, and you will get the area of the triangle. Okay. Then also you can take the formulas half of BA cross BC. Also you can get half of CA cross CB. Okay. Any from any point you can check or you can find the area of the triangle. But this is the easiest way to find the area of the area of a triangle, that is AB vector, AC vector, then find the cross product of the two vectors, then their magnitude, then put their value here. Okay. And lastly, don't forget to write the unit, square unit. Okay, since you are finding the area of a thing, so you have to lastly mention square unit. If you don't mention square unit or unit, then you will deducted by half mark. Okay. Then come to, this is area of triangle, then come to area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram. Okay. So now how to find out the area of a parallelogram? There are two formulas in which you can find out the area of parallelogram. Two cases. Okay. First case. Case 1. If sides are given, if sides means adjacent sides are, sides means adjacent sides. Okay, adjacent sides of a parallelogram are given, then the value of A cross B, then the value of area. Area of parallelogram becomes magnitude of A cross B. You are given with two vectors, then simply find out the cross product of two vectors by this method, then find the magnitude, then area, which is equal to magnitude of A cross B, and lastly after finding out the value, put square unit, the unit, since this is area, so you have to put an unit, square unit. Last, when you get the answer in the right side of the answer, you just write, hence the area of parallelogram is this square root, 8 square root, or how much, okay, whatever it may be. Then come to case 2. In case 1 you are given with the sides, but in case 2 you are given with diagonals. If diagonals are given, okay, in case 2, if diagonals are given, that means diagonals of a parallelogram are given to you, then you have to find out the area of the parallelogram. Then what is the formula? Area of parallelogram becomes half of magnitude of A cross B. So see the difference between two formulas. If you are given with sides of a parallelogram, then you have to find out only A cross B and then the magnitude, then that is the answer of the question. If you are given with diagonals, then diagonals and a corner, then if you are given with diagonals, then you have to find out A cross B magnitude. Then you have to put the formula half of A cross B magnitude. This is the formula parallelogram whose diagonals are given, and after finding the value, put the unit, square unit. Okay, these are the basic formulas to find out the vector product, sine of the angle, area of parallelogram, area of a triangle. In area of parallelogram, these are two cases given. You are given with sides or you are given with diagonals. But at the beginning stage, we are already discussed about how to find out the unit vector of two vectors. Unit vector perpendicular to two vectors. So what is the formula? That is n cap. N cap. Okay. Now then we also know that how to find out the sine of the angle. Sine theta equals to A cross B magnitude divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Now you have to do the problems of exercise 12C by using the formula given by here. Okay. So now come to exercise 12C. In 12C, you have to do the questions of question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, write down and see how you do the problem. Just I am giving some formulas. Okay, just some hints to solve the problems. In question number 2, you are asked to find out the cross product. You know the formula, A cross B equals to this formula. So just put the value of the given vectors here and get the value. Okay, that is question number 2. In question number 3, you are asked to find out unit vector to perpendicular to the vectors. See, just I am giving one example, important one. Find unit vector perpendicular to the vectors. The question is, find unit vector perpendicular to I plus j, I minus k. Okay. So this is the question. So first we have to take, let A vector equals to I cap plus j cap and B vector equals to I cap minus k cap. So we have to find out the unit vector perpendicular to I cap perpendicular to A vector and B vector. So let n cap be the unit vector perpendicular to A vector and B vector. So the formula of n cap, we know the formula of n cap, A vector plus B vector by magnitude of A cross B magnitude. Okay, the formula value of n cap equals to A cross B divided by magnitude of A cross B. Now you have to find out A cross B. That is A cross B. A cross B equals to I cap, j cap, k cap. Value of A vector becomes 1, 1, 0. Value of B vector 1, 0, minus 1. Then find A cross B. I cap whole into minus 1 minus 0 minus j cap whole into minus 1 minus 0 plus k cap whole into 0 minus 1. So this becomes minus I cap plus j cap minus k cap. Okay, minus 1 minus 0, then minus j cap into minus 1 minus 0 plus k cap into 0 minus 1. So now we have to find out the magnitude of A cross B. So magnitude of A cross B becomes minus 1 square plus 1 square plus minus 1 square root over, which is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to root 3. So here we get the magnitude of A cross B. Now we have to find out the value of n cap. So see here, n cap equals to A cross B by A cross B magnitude, which is equal to the value of A cross B is minus I cap plus j cap minus k cap divided by root 3. This is the answer, or you can write it as 1 by root 3 I cap plus 1 by root 3, minus 1 by root 3 I cap plus 1 by root 3 j cap minus 1 by root 3 k cap. So this is the value of n cap. Similarly, in question number 4, find area of parallelogram whose adjacent sides are given. You know, first vector as A, second vector as B, then find A cross B, then magnitude of A cross B. You know the formula of area of triangle whose sides are given. Question number 5, calculate the area of triangle ABC. You are given with 3 vertices A, B, C. Find AB vector, find AC vector, then AB cross AC, then magnitude of AB cross AC, then put the formula area of triangle is equal to half of AB cross AC. Then come to question number 6, find the value of determine the sine of the angle. That means sine theta. You know the formula. Take the value of first vector as A, second vector as B, then find A cross B, then also find the magnitudes, A magnitude and B magnitude. You know the value of sine theta is magnitude of A cross B divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. So you have to first find out A cross B, then magnitude of A cross B, then magnitude of A and magnitude of B. Then put these values in the answer formula. Sine theta equals to A cross B magnitude divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Then let's question number 7, 8 for me, and you have to do question number 9. You are given with A vector, B vector and C vector. You are asked to find A cross B dot A cross C. First find A cross B vector by using this formula. Then find A cross C vector by also using this formula. Then we find the dot product between these two vectors. Okay. Then question number 10. If A vector, B vector are given, then find A cross B is perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. Okay. In question number 10, first find A vector cross B vector. Then you have to show A cross B is perpendicular to both A vector and B vector. That means you have to show question number 10. First find A vector cross B vector. Then you have to show A cross B is perpendicular to A vector. That means A vector cross B vector dot A equals to 0. In second, you have to show A vector cross B vector dot B equals to 0. Okay, these two things you have to prove. First find A cross B vector. Then you have to prove A cross B is perpendicular to A vector. We know two vectors are perpendicular. If the dot product between them becomes 0, so A cross B is perpendicular to A vector. If A cross B dot A equals to 0, so you have to first find A cross B dot A. If the answer is 0, then A cross B is perpendicular to A vector. You have to find A cross B dot B. If the answer becomes 0, then A cross B is perpendicular to B vector. So this is question number 10. Then come to question number 11. Question number 11 is find the area of parallelogram which diagonals are given. First take two diagonals are A vector and B vector. Then find A cross B vector and then magnitude of A cross B. Then only you will get what is the value of area of parallelogram. Area of parallelogram becomes half of A cross B magnitude. So lastly you write the unit. Hence area of parallelogram this square unit. Okay. So you have to do the problems of exercise 12C, question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So do these problems by using this formula given. Okay.